Ms. Nutt, are you ready on your case?
Okay, yes, Your Honor, the prisoner is here.
Ready? Oh, yeah, okay. Right here.
Can I get the cause number, please?
Yes, ma'am. It is 1813230, and it's Maricela Martinez. Okay, so in this case, Ms. Martinez, we had a contested hearing way back in March 19th of 2024. In that order, I found you in contempt of court for your failure to pay child support and medical support. I confirmed how much your arrears were and set up a payment plan for you to pay on those arrears, and then we'll reset to see if you were complying to May 14th, 2024. You failed to appear. A capers was issued for your arrest, and we've been waiting on you to get arrested on this case since May of 2024. Are you in jail on anything else besides this child support case?
No, sir.
Okay. All right, Ms. Nutt, what does the pay record look like?
Your Honor, we haven't received a payment since March of 2024.
Okay, Ms. Martinez, any explanation of why there hasn't been any payments since you're self-employed and you were told to make payments?
No, sir. I actually have record. I have 3 jobs actually. As far as my employer goes, I double checked before this hearing with my employer. We checked twice. If I need to, I can get a record from them. I've been making payments at least since March of this year, and I also made a large lump sum last Friday.
All right, guys, buckle up, because this one starts fast. The judge opens by calling the case Maricela Martinez, appearing from jail, facing contempt for failure to pay child and medical support. The tone is sharp but restrained. We learn she'd already been found in contempt back in March 2024, ordered to pay arrears and report back by May, but she never showed. A warrant followed, and after months, she's finally in custody. The courtroom atmosphere is firm, procedural, but you can feel the weight of accountability pressing in. This isn't just about money. It's about a long trail of ignored orders finally catching up.
I am doing everything I can to get caught up.
Do you have other child support cases besides this one?
No, sir.
Do you have any record of you making a payment?
I do. I actually got a letter from the state as well. It was the same letter that my employer got, that I was supposed to be getting $80 taken out of my check every week, and that's what's been done for the last, at least as far as I know, 10 months. Like I said, I double checked with my employer before all this, and they confirmed the same thing.
Now the spotlight shifts. The judge asks if she's in jail for anything else. She isn't. The state's attorney confirms. No payments have been received since March 2024. Maricela insists she's been working 3 jobs at a gym, a dog hotel, and online, and claims her employer has been withholding money from her check. The tension is immediate. Her story versus the record. She sounds earnest, almost desperate, but the system doesn't run on intentions. The judge listens carefully, and already, it's clear, this case will hinge on proof, not promises.
Who do you work with? What's your employer?
It is a gym up in Sherman, Texas. It's called Enduring Strength LLC.
Okay.
And the one that's been paying the child support. I also work at a dog hotel in Sherman, Texas as well. And I just picked up a 3rd job with online.
Are there withholding orders at all 3 employers or just with the Endurance one?
Just the Enduring Strength, because that's the one that's paying the full monthly.
Is it a small company or a large company?
It's a small company. But like I said, they got the paperwork, and then I did too. And then like I said, we double checked to make sure that those payments were going through.
Okay, you understand Ms. Nutt is looking at your pay record. There are no payments at all since I saw you way back in March of 2024.
Because it's a small company that they're just not sending it to the right place.
There's only one place to send it to.
This section builds like a slow burn. Maricela insists that money has been coming out weekly, $80 each time, But the court's pay record shows 0 payments. The judge patiently breaks it down. A notice of withholding isn't the same as an actual payment. If funds were truly sent, they'd appear in the record. That blank ledger speaks volumes. He gives her a chance to look at it, emphasizing the simplicity of the system. One address, one record, no confusion. But when 0 payments show up, her defense starts collapsing under the weight of paperwork. Or lack thereof.
Like I said, I'm not the one actually sending it. I got paperwork from the state saying that they confirmed that 80 something will be taken out every week to complete the child support payment.
Those are kind of two different things, because if they send a notice to you saying they were going to take it out, that's the notice that they're going to take it out. That doesn't mean that it's getting paid. Secondarily, if they're paying it, then they would pay it through the child support office, and it has directions on the withholding order where to send it. There's only one address. They're going to put your identifying information on it, and when they send it, it's going to be put on the pay record that's in front of you right now. It would reflect all your payments. You can look at the pay record there if you want to take a moment to look at it, but there are 0 payments.
I just read.
And Your Honor, we sent an income withholding order to the gym in April of this year.
Yeah, and that's when they started taking out that immediately that same Friday, they started taking out, because I get paid every Friday.
But we haven't received any payments, so I don't know what's happening there.
I would like the opportunity, Your Honor, to get with my employer and see if we can send confirmation or see what's going on their end. That's part of why the reason I'm confused about all of this, because I've been making payments as far as I know.
Here's where the courtroom logic tightens like a vice. Maricela pleads confusion, saying her small employer must have mishandled the payments. She even offers to follow up and verify. But the judge, while composed, makes the point clear. Responsibility lies with her, not her boss. He reminds her she could have easily logged into the Attorney General's website to verify payments. Her voice softens. She admits it was her mistake. Then comes the quiet sting. The judge notes not just unpaid support, but her repeated failure to appear in court. It's accountability time, layered and unforgiving.
But since it's through the gym, I just was confident that they knew what they were doing.
It's important that you check yourself. You have to log into the AG system and as an obligor, and then you can look on there and see whether they paid it or not.
Yeah, that was my mistake, Your Honor.
Okay. I mean, I can't do too much here if there isn't any proof.
Yeah.
I understand you're in jail, so you don't have, it's not easy for you to just go get some documents, but you can see there on that pay record, there's been no payments at all.
I understand. I would like the opportunity to rectify it though. Because like I said, I made a large lump sum Friday. They called and confirmed the payment. I think it was Tuesday, because it was a large lump sum. And then, like I said, I checked with my employer. I have check stubs that say X amount is getting taken out. And I know it was my responsibility, Your Honor, but this is the first time I'm going through this.
This part turns emotional. The judge lays out the full timeline. She's missed hearings, ignored calls, and vanished for over a year. He says plainly that her story doesn't add up, no payments and no effort to fix it. She admits fault, her voice breaking slightly, insisting she's been working nonstop and supporting another child too. It's the human side of courtroom order. Exhaustion, regret, and excuses tangled together. The judge listens but doesn't bend. By now, he's balancing empathy with duty, knowing too well how many cases start just like this and end the same way, with time served.
I got a second and third job just to make sure I'm not lacking because of the child support.
Does anybody have any of the paperwork at home that they could
Yeah.
access it?
Yes, they can access it. I made sure copies were made in case something like this happened.
I mean, it's very rare, but it happens sometimes. It's one in a million that employers don't send in the money.
It's
But it's very, very rare because
the
they can
timing.
face fines. They may owe you money. I mean, they're basically stealing your money is what it comes down to if they're not sending it in. And so it's very unusual that it happens. Sometimes it happens with small companies that don't manage their money well, but ultimately you have to be the one responsible for making your payments.
Now the verdict's shadow looms. The state's attorney calmly requests commitment, meaning jail time. Maricela pushes back with confidence that her payments exist, but confidence without proof means little here. The judge checks calendars, confirming December 9th as the next review date. Then his tone hardens. He explains she'll stay in custody because her record shows no consistency. Every missed hearing, every silent month adds up. This is the system at its most mechanical, structured, cold, but entirely clear. The message is simple. Courts don't chase you forever. Eventually, they close the loop.
And, and it's not just only that you didn't make payments, you also didn't show up to court either. So if you had been here in May of 2024, you could have said, okay, I've got an issue, or we could have looked at that at that point. They would have told you then that they weren't receiving any payments. And then that would have given you time to investigate. We've had court dates. It's been a long, long time. You've had a court date and you never come to court. You'd never call the AG to say, hey, I missed my court date. Maybe I made a mistake, something like that. You never call them. You haven't come to court. Sometimes what people do is when they miss a court date, they may realize it a day too late or a week too late. And they're like, oh man, I need to go to court. So they wind up going to the courthouse. They find an AG and we wind up giving them more time. It's been over a year, about a year and a half since you were supposed to have been here. So I'm not really believing too much of what you're saying right now because it's a two-part deal. One, there are no payments. And secondly, you haven't been coming to court or doing anything to address your situation.
Yeah, that's my fault. I didn't know about the hearing in September until my sister was going through my paperwork, my proof of payments and all of that. She told me that there was a hearing in September. I know it sounds like a bunch of excuses, Your Honor, but like I said, I've been working my tail off.
This is the critical moment. The judge orders her committed to Dallas County Jail until December 9th. Still, he leaves a lifeline. If her family can prove payments or deliver evidence, he'll review it and possibly release her early. Mercy balanced with structure. Then comes the number, over $12,000 in arrears. Her only path to freedom before the review date is paying $1,500 toward support. The courtroom stays quiet. For her, that figure isn't just money. It's the line between confinement and a second chance. The reality of delayed accountability lands like a hammer.
That's, if I could get the proof to show you that I have been, I would greatly appreciate it because I have another kid counting on not just that's on child support.
Ms. Nutt, are you requesting a commitment?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
Total of yours, that total right there is what I owe today. If I can get the proof, I guarantee that is negative. That's how confident I am.
December 9th available in-person day, Ms. Nutt?
12/9. I don't think it's a holiday, so yes.
Your audio was kind of cutting out. Is that yes?
He was just giving.
I can hear you. He didn't hear you.
Oh, sorry, Your Honor. 12/9 is available, yes.
Okay. All right. So based on the record, Ms. Martinez, I don't have a choice here. If resetting your case isn't going to help, releasing you isn't going to help because you haven't shown up for court. If you had shown up and explained that you had an issue, we could have resolved it. I could give you more time, but you didn't show up. And it's been a long time. If I fear that if I release you today, you're just not going to show up again. That's basically the history of where we are. That's what happened at the last court date that you were supposed to be at. You did not show up. So I'm committing you to Dallas County Jail. I'm going to review your case on December 9th. So you'll be in jail at least until December 9th. If someone at your home can access the records that you say you have of payments, you can give them to my court coordinator as immediately when you get them, and I can review them at that point. And if I see that there's some reason there, maybe then I can try to bring you over sooner. But I need to see that there's been a record of payments. If you made a recent lump sum payment, there isn't obviously going to be any record of that yet. But what needs to have happened is you need to have made your monthly payments. So if you've been paying all these several months, or that you had the impression that you were paying all these several months, then maybe I'll give you some mercy and let you out. But if you don't have any records, then I won't have anything to go with. So you're going to be in jail till December 9th. How much is the arrears, Miss Nutt?
The final stretch feels almost reflective. The judge reminds her that all of this could have been avoided with a simple login to the AG's system. In the digital age, he says, people don't get paper bills, but they must still check. It's a modern warning delivered through old-school justice. Maricela promises this will be her first and last mistake. The judge nods, unconvinced but courteous, then excuses her. The hearing ends not with drama, but with a lesson carved in consequence. In court, effort without evidence means nothing. If you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you in the next one.